Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How is everyone doing? I want to hear from you. You guys know how I love some interaction. And so please drop it in the feed. Let me know how you're doing and where you are following us from. You know, I love the shout out. So I will give you a great, amazing shout out as well. Then also, as you all see, it's Table Talk Tuesday, and guess who I have rejoining? Who is joining me back again? It is At the Table. It is an amazing nonprofit organization located here in Columbus, Ohio. They're doing some amazing work, and they also need your help. So what perfect place to do it, right? Before I bring them on, everyone, I want you to go get your pen and paper because they'll be dropping nuggets here and there, as well as so you'll know where you can connect to them. If you have any questions, y'all know how I do it. I love interaction. Ask us questions, give them shout outs, whatever you love, give them hearts and loves as they're doing amazing work out here in the community. If you do not have, if you're trying to drop those amazing comments, but you're not a subscriber of StreamYard, the only way we will be able to see that is you have to give us access. You have to give me permission now. I won't be able to see them. If you don't want to give me permission, that's okay. I'll be able to see those after the show and I will give them those comments to them. I will pass it along to them. Or I have another option. You can actually now text me at 614-398-3925 if you would like to give a shout out that way. I have many ways to connect with them, so don't say you don't have ways to connect. So without further ado, let me bring these ladies on. I have Miss Sherry Young
Good
and
day.
I have Miss Renee. How you doing, ladies?
Hey, grateful for life.
I know that's right. It's a beautiful look. It's a beautiful day outside here in Columbus. I mean, look, knock on something. We haven't had no snow yet, so we better take it while we can and enjoy it while, while we can. So first and foremost, ladies, I'm gonna give you each a minute to tell everybody who you are and what does at the table mean to you.
So, my name is Sherry Young, and I have the pleasure of having been with At the Table since its inception, since 2017, July ish. Um, I retired in March, and Deshaun found me, felt like the next day. But as a part of the organization, really pleased to be the director of its Thrive program. Thrive is a mentorship program for youth. And I know a part of the discussion today would hit at what our mission is for At the Table. Our mission is kind of twofold. One facet of the mission is toward survivorship, women who have survived cancer, and assisting them. The other arm of it, the other part of it, is supporting young women, young girls, mentoring them to help them um, let their dreams take flight, look to what they want to be tomorrow, not focus only on today, but recognize that they start today to write the next chapter in their book. That's my role, helping them see it.
I love it. And Miss Renee, and your role is you're on mute. Unmute yourself.
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with a beautiful day. And I'm sort of tagging on to the other end of what Sherry was talking about. But I am Renee Rawls, and I am the person who handles the finance. So I came on board about 2.5, almost 3 years ago now, and sort of got into my position to try to help take some things off of the executive director's plate so that she doesn't have to focus so much on all of the things that are going on from a financial perspective. She can focus on all of the things that she needs to do, and I can sort of handle the things where the money needs to be moved around or it needs to be managed. So, with that said, that means that I sort of have my hands a little bit in everything and a little bit of hands off for everything. So it's an interesting balance of both of those things. But that is my role. I also work with Sherry with regard to the Girls for the Thrive program. and of course, any way that we can support our ladies who are surviving cancer.
I love it, ladies. Now let me add to the stage is Deshawn Johnson. Welcome,
I
Deshawn.
made it. Hello, hello. Good
So
evening.
Hello.
So giving everybody, I had everybody introduce themselves. You got a minute. Tell everybody a little bit
Oh,
about yourself.
just real quick, Deshawn Johnson, Executive Director of At the Table. The organization was founded in June 2017 by co-founder Denise Pittman and I. And I know we're going to talk about all the great things that we do and have going on. Hello, Sherry, and hello, Renee. And thank you, Pam, for the platform this evening.
Absolutely. So let's kick it off here. As one of the amazing programs that's going on in At the Table is Thrive, and is run by Miss Sherry. Miss Sherry, tell everybody a little bit about it. Oh, and I heard the graduation. Is it done yet?
The closing ceremony is coming up near the end of May. So that closing ceremony is a culmination of what we do all year. We run coincident with the women's studies class. Many of the schools have allowed them to have high schools to have 2 electives. And one of those electives is women's studies. We go in once a week into the women's studies class, and I introduce those young women to women who look like them, some who've even come from where they come from, because some former Mifflin students, that's the high school that we operate in primarily today, introduce them and show you don't have to end up where you start out. So we showed them role models who have taken a look at conditions, taken a look at talents and skills, and they have become about all they can be and are showing the young ladies how to do so. So we introduce them to role models. We work toward helping them to build confidence. We help them recognize skills because at this point, some of them, we work with 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. Some of them haven't figured out yet what their skills are. So we do a bit of goal setting. We do a bit of, these are different advocations. Look at, yes, you could be a part of the sheriff's department. Oh, you want to work on a TV station? Here's somebody that does it. You're interested in a podcast. You have entrepreneurial skills. So we try to showcase as many different people who are accomplishing things to say, I look a little like you. I could do it. You could do it too. And it is wonderful. We have a great time. You mentioned the closing ceremony, which I said is the culmination. The young ladies come together, we feed them, we entertain them, we give them a couple of things to walk away with. So it's a pretty good time. In fact, it's an excellent time.
Exactly. I was just going to say it's better than pretty good. Miss Sherry, can you tell everybody? I know that there has been an amazing young lady that has graduated from Thrive in high school who has done some remarkable work. How is she doing?
Her name's Elfrida Karoma, and she's doing excellently. She was in, I think, the second iteration of the program. And she was originally from Sierra Leone. She has created several initiatives where they gather products, things that are needed back in the community that she's originally from, and they ship the products to these students. So she is, by extension, doing similar to what we're doing. She's saying, hey, these are things you can do. Let me show you. I'm from your community. These are things I've learned. Let me show you what I've learned. Here, you can do this too. She's doing excellently. Very proud of her.
I love it. I love it. If someone has pinged me and they're like, I'm interested in doing something with Thrive or donating, how can they do that?
So there's the money person that's going to tell you about the money. John will tell you bits and pieces. We do have spaces where they can actually come in and participate in the session. They could reach out through our info at, and now I have to look up the name.
I got it for you. It's ATTRINC.org.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the website. So, but there, if you go on their website, you'll be able to see the link. But everyone's like, "Oh, I want to help," and so to get that, to continue the message on how someone can connect. So this won't be the only time you will hear how you can connect with At the Table. But since Miss Sherry's talking about it, I thought we would throw that out now.
That's awesome.
That's
Can I add another form of contact? Because there are multiple. Like Sherry has taken this 8-year program and pretty much expanded it, made it what it is, and so the opportunities, other than giving or to get involved, we have requests. We want to branch out to other schools, and if anyone is interested in working with Sherry and getting some other programs as of Thrive, going into some of the other schools, and then coming in and, like Sherry said, and actually facilitating or just helping in Thrive area. There's some tasks that Sherry needs assistance with and would love to, in the expansion process. So I can give an email. If we could put that in the chat, it's info@attrinc.org, and just send an email with a subject line of Thrive, and someone will get right back to you. And I think, Pam, you mentioned the website.
I did.
Yeah, there's an option in which we encourage those to subscribe. And you can subscribe, and then you can put a note in there in terms of what your interest is as well through the website subscribe.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Would you like to leave a note or anything with the listeners about Thrive?
Yeah, just one thought. It is Winston Churchill quote, and it says, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Working with Thrive helps you to make a life. Hey,
That's
help me
awesome.
make a life. Come on.
I
Awesome.
love it. Thank you. What the going on with the extension of Thrive? There is the scholarship. So, Miss Renee, what can you tell everybody about the scholarship?
Yes, absolutely. So, with regard to the scholarship, and this would be another wonderful opportunity for people to help to support the organization. Um, but we have a scholarship that's called the Denise Pittman Scholarship. It was founded by the co-founder of At the Table, a woman by the name of Denise Pittman. And she is a cancer survivor herself. And so we have a scholarship in her name and in her honor that is available for support to a young person who is a high school graduate who will be attending college, trade school, some after high school activity to further their education and their opportunity. So we have that scholarship in Denise Pittman's name to help to support a young person who is trying to move on with their endeavors and trying to move forward with their goals in life. And so there is an opportunity to go to our website and apply for the scholarship. I think our deadline is early July for
It's
the scholarship.
June 30th. June
Is it June
30th.
30th? Okay,
Yes.
right at
Yeah.
the end of June.
Mhm.
And so we encourage people to go ahead and put their information in. One thing that I do want to make a note about with regard to this particular scholarship is that there has to be a connection because we are an organization that is supporting cancer survivors, but there has to be some sort of a connection where this person has been impacted in some sort of way by cancer. So either impacted by cancer themselves, their guardian or their parent has been impacted by cancer and is a cancer survivor, but there needs to be that connection, because again, that is what we are supporting. And so we encourage anyone that falls into those categories to please take a look at our website, look at the details and the specifications with regard to that scholarship. And we are honored and pleased to be able to afford the additional funding for a young person's education.
I love it. So what the scholarship it is, how many years now?
I believe this is, go ahead, Tasha.
We did not give we did not award one last year. I would say this is our sixth award, our 6-year award. And this year, I would love to call out some of the sponsors. For the scholarship this year, Miss Sherry Young was able to get a donation. So we applaud that and endeavor. We really applaud that. My tongue got twisted. We applaud that. And Sherry, you can mention who it is.
Okay. Yeah,
but,
I will. I participate in a women's investment club. So here we go, women figuring out what to do with their money. The investment club is called Prosperous Daughters, and the Prosperous Daughters give each year something to someone. We gave year before last to an organization that helps us with Thrive, Huckleberry House here in Columbus, come in and they work with the ladies of Thrive. So we gave to them. This year, instead, we're going to give to the scholarship fund. Yay!
Oh, yes. So thank you, Prosperous Daughters. And as we go back to Thrive, one of the sponsors, Sherry mentioned that we were going to feed them. I want to give a shout out to the Olive Garden in the location, Shar, I believe it's in Dublin, because I think there's 2 locations north. But we would really like to say thank you to the Olive Garden for giving the meal. And this makes the 6th year they will, since 2017. And then Miss Robin Hunter from Beyond the Taste of Catering, she's donating the desserts. So we just want to give a quick shout out and thanking them for their generous support and donations.
What's going back to the scholarship? Have there been any touching of the prior or past recipient awards to see how they're doing?
Yeah.
So how?
Yes, go ahead, Sherry.
I was going to say that throughout the year, we do keep contact with the students. One in mind, well, 2 come to mind right now that we have given scholarships to, and periodically, because Denise has a penchant for giving, they would get a gift basket,
Yes.
a care basket. They're away at college, they're involved in school. So we give them a little additional something to help them get through the week or get through the month, in addition to the dollars. So they get the dollars, but they get additional loving. Yes. And that's what happens at the table. You at the table in a home, all kind of love comes through. Yes. So we treat them like they're at our table.
And that's so neat, especially when you're away from home, your comfort zone, and you're out here in this big world, and you're like, it's like a little fish in this big, huge, I have to say, ocean, and trying to maneuver your way through the waves is so amazing. And so I applaud you all for doing that. So much needed, especially I have a nephew that's in college, so we're always sending the care packages.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. And great job, ladies. Well, ladies, thank you for that. But now, as we talked about Thrive, and then we talked about the scholarship, the next one that ties in, I think is so important as at the table, is not only for the young ladies, but it's also doing the recognition is cancer. Cancer has touched one of us in one way or another. And it's so important and I'm glad to see that you all are taking that initiative on because it's needed, especially for us African American women. It's talked about that we are one of the highest race that is affected by cancer one way or another. With that
Absolutely.
being said, Deshawn, I love that you guys are doing the fashion show. So with that being saying,
Retro stuff.
so how's that going?
Well, that is going very well. We're actually, I just got off the phone with Terry Hurd, and we are excited. This is our 8th annual fashion show where we present a platform for the opportunity for the women cancer survivors to come and be celebrated, to tell their story, their journey through the walk of the fashion show. So it's empowering. And we're partnering again this year with Columbus Academy. That date, September 28th. You will be able to get your tickets early, pre-sale tickets early, starting May. So you'll be seeing information about that. But yes, it's it's well attended. It's always awesome where we could come and celebrate in fashion, because women, we love fashion. So I don't know if you guys want to say anything about the fashion show.
I would love to say that with regard to the fashion show, the thing that's very unique about this, because someone might say, oh, I've seen a fashion show before.
Right.
Again, because this is specifically catering to and focusing on cancer survivors, all of the models in the fashion show are cancer survivors.
Right.
So you can just imagine how empowering that is and how that feels good. And then they're also going to be in a group of other cancer survivors.
Mm-hmm.
So it also encourages that camaraderie, friendships, relationships, people who can relate to each other and talk to each other and help each other through those experiences.
Right.
So it's all a mechanism for bringing people together and having that focus on providing that support for cancer survivors. So when you're someone sitting in the audience and you're watching that, it really does touch your heart. If you're someone who is a part of it and you're participating as a model, it touches your heart. No matter how you go about it, it will touch your heart. So I encourage everyone to come out and support in one way or another.
It does definitely
Beautiful.
touch the heart. You are right, Renee. The first few years, the theme was live, survive, thrive.
Wow.
So you live through the cancer,
Yes.
then how will you survive going forward? What are you going to do, which is what they work on, and then thrive? Because I done lived through cancer. It's time now for me to thrive. It's time for me to do, and that's how we present them. They're strutting their stuff as they thrive. They're picking them up and putting them down. And look at the garment they have on. Those and all of the garments are from local vendors here in the Columbus area. So people in the audience get to see local vendors, and maybe, I've got 2 outfits that I saw worn in the fashion show, and now I bought it and
yes.
So there are all kinds of opportunities, as Renee alluded, for the models in the fashion show, for us to support and assist them as well. And as we see some of those who have made it through and they are thriving, it helps us to see whatever our issue is. If they could survive and thrive, well, maybe I can too. Mine ain't cancer. Mine might be whatever it is.
Absolutely.
We can all thrive.
Absolutely.
And we need it. I so agree with you, both of you, all of you ladies talking about it. It is so, and it's so humbling to see you hear that you get to hear their stories as well. then
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
moving to, as you said, Miss Sherry, it makes you think, okay, if they have what they have gone through and what I'm going through, it's not so bad. But guess what? We get to do it as sisters, right? We get, well, now we have men.
Absolutely.
So I can't even say sisters anymore. We have men. Do it as a loving community and knowing that I can lean on somebody that I didn't even know or I can relate to or more so connect to. So the fashion show is amazing. You guys have to come. The most memorable part I have to say for the fashion show is the garments that has been made from the local people here, the local designers here, which they are amazing. So you have to join us. The tickets will be going on sale soon. If you have any questions, you can drop an email to the team, and someone will be connecting you to get that information. Deshawn, would you like to say anything else about the fashion show?
Oh, I think we said enough. You know, you got to come, attend. You know, make it a point to come and experience it. It's like I said, it's truly empowering. And as we, you know, we have between 15 to 20 models, and like you said, Pam, we're excited. We just wrapped up the casting call, and to see the amount of people, the men that came out, because like you know, they can come and they can walk on behalf of a spouse or a partner, a mother, and to see them show up and, you know, and support them for someone that can't walk or have passed away. It's just, you know, we don't want to focus on the disease. We want to get the support out there and get them the resources. And then, as Sherry said, now it's time to live and thrive. And that's basically, you know, we've created a platform to, now it's the next step. Now it's your time to shine. And it's amazing. Most of them want to come back and give back and do the work that we do to kind of give back to help another person that is going through. And their stories are simply amazing. Yeah, and each of them have a different story. So yeah, so proud of what we have accomplished.
So yeah, I think everyone, as we're up here, we're excited. As you can see, we're excited for this year's amazing event. So if you have any questions, drop the email. It's down below. If you are listening to us, let me give it to you so you won't say, well, you said it, but I didn't see it. So you can drop them an email at info@attrinc.org and just put in the subject line. You can put fashion show. So it'll help them weed through and pick out those emails so that someone will address it. Not only do they have Thrive, not only do they have a scholarship, not only do they have an amazing fashion show, but they also now have a peer support group. Deshawn, tell everybody a little bit about that.
So the peer-to-peer support group, we call it peer-to-peer because we've been talking and having conversations about empowerment, that they come, and we wanted to actually go a little bit further to actually put in programs and initiatives to serve them. We advocate for health and wellness, prevention, as well as the supportive services that women survivors need. So this support group is actually launched recently. That what we do right now is that they come together, they meet monthly, the second Saturday of the month. And they come together for about an hour and they create their own topics of what they want to talk about. And then it's not always a lecture. We're looking to do activities with walking, collaborations with some other walking groups. And they come together and they create topics that empower them, that they choose what they want to experience. And and then we're looking to have guest speakers come in to talk specifically about a topic that they choose, whether if it's, dealing with mental wellness, whether if it's dealing with specific cancers that affect African American women. And I don't know if we said it, but this support group is specifically for women, African American women surviving cancer. The stats show that African American women, their survival rate is much lower than white women. And so we are created this to kind of get the resources and the information out there, as well as the prevention. And survivors through post-treatment, they go through a lot of emotional and physical challenges. So we want to touch base on that, and these are the topics that they choose. In addition to that, we'll be walking. We'll be working with our partners, our wonderful partners, such as Cancer Support Community, Ohio State University, and Molina, which they will come in and they'll have experts when we roll out the educational workshops. So we're excited about that. We typically do a survivor walk and a community day, which is a family field day. And we're looking to do that in 2026. So for volunteers, there's lots to kind of start, immediately working on. And there's some other pillars to the support group, but right now that is what we're doing. We're having monthly meetings, and we'll be doing some walking and some educational topics.
So let me ask you this: who is this support? Who can join this peer-to-peer support group?
African American women cancer survivors.
And
specifically for African Americans. So right now, as so for the fashion show, we have our survivors that we have honored in the fashion show. But you'll be seeing more information because it's going to be an open group, for those African American women cancer survivors that are interested in being a part of the peer-to-peer support group.
I love it.
When you think about the support group and you think about the work that we do with our partners and the community, a really big, opportunity. Some got cut in my throat, excuse me. Is that people want the people want to hear their stories. So there may be opportunities for panels that, like for instance, I mentioned OSU may request African American women cancer survivors to be on the panel. So they have different outlets to tell their stories, even media, and then coming back and giving back. And we talked about our girls. And so how does that tie in for the women and the girls? Well, the women can come and be a part of Thrive and can connect and talk with the girls. So
I love it.
There's more to come, but you can see there are various of opportunities to give support, the scholarship, the baskets that we give, the Thrive, the health and wellness. So there are really, plenty of opportunities to support us.
That's awesome. Real quick, ladies, Latasha Rain says, "Hey, ladies."
Oh, yeah.
And then
hi, Latasha.
Cunningham says, "Good evening to all." And then Barb is in the back, and she said she's so excited that this theme is Threads of Hope. Love in every stitch. That is beautiful. That goes so well.
Thank you.
Love it. So, ladies, as we're getting ready to wrap up another amazing show with you, ladies, Miss Sherry, what would you like to leave everybody with?
Just the thought, what a great opportunity to make a life. Help us do that.
Yes.
Miss Renee?
So my comment is just there is always an opportunity or a way to support in any of the avenues that we are out supporting and helping young girls and cancer survivors. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, what you want to be called, what you're known by, whatever the case may be. If there's a calling on your heart that says, I want to give back, we will have an opportunity and a way to utilize your skills and your services. And we thank you in advance.
I love it. And lastly,
Awesome.
Mr. Sean.
I think it's all been said. It's giving back. When you give back, it's a self of empowerment for you as well. So
I
yeah, I
agree.
think everyone's has said, there's opportunity, and we appreciate it, and we have such a great team.
Well, ladies, again, always have fun when you ladies are joining me. I feel like we're just sitting at the table. Look, I didn't even have to drink my tea today. So
Can we give our platforms?
sure.
Yeah. So we are on Facebook. So if you got your phones now, your laptop, computer, you can go to Facebook, and we are at the table on Facebook. You can join that page, and you'll have all the details and highlights of what we talked about and what's to come, in addition to the website in which you gave that information. And we're also on Instagram under At the Table Rocks.
I
At
love
the
it.
Table Rocks. Yeah.
I
So,
love it, ladies. Well, you know what? This was fun. Until
yes.
next month, I appreciate you all. Thank you for taking time out. And as you all know, we sit at the table and we talk. So why not go and be part of At the Table here in Columbus, Ohio? Thank you, ladies. You're amazing. You rock. And I'll see you next time.
Okay. Everybody have a
Good night.
Bye, ladies.